That don't matter. Still the same guy. All right, ready? Ready? We live? Well, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of New England Street Talk. No Chaser. I'm your host, Tori Slaughter. I'm also here with a special guest. Special guest, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, man? I go by the name Kings and Dreams. Real name Jaymes, Myrthil. I'm here to, rock out with my boys, man. So let's get it.
And then, of course, our favorite white guy.
The one and only Brad guy. Tori's token white guy.
Token white guy. You got to have one. You got to have one. James, you got one, right? You got your favorite white
Yes,
friend, don't you?
I do.
There you go. See, look, everybody got one. Hey, listen, it could be just like on a post and shit like that. You could be like, I'm not racist. I got 2 black friends now. That's it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
He even dated a dark-skinned woman once upon a time. That's
Hey.
it. That's it.
All good.
Oh. How we feeling today? How you feeling? Hot out here in New England?
This
Yeah,
guy's got a long sleeve shirt, bro.
I was wondering. That's why I'm looking at him like
but
that.
you know
like,
what? But the thing is, like, it's thin, so, like, I feel good, though. I feel good. You know what I mean? So.
I died today.
Celtics fans all the way around. Celtics fans.
Oh, no, man. Respectfully, I'm a Lakers fan.
Lakers
Ooh.
fans.
So how do you feel about Jerry West?
Oh, man. May he rest in peace, man. May he rest in peace. But I was upset with the Lakers, like, this whole season, man, because I think we could have did a lot better than what we did.
What do you mean? You champions?
No, Boston won the championship.
No. Lakers in season tournament
Oh.
champs. Y'all got a participation trophy.
Oh, man.
It's a participation trophy.
Yeah. I mean, I like the concept of the in-season tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw, like, a lot of players, like, getting up, because usually basketball doesn't really pick up until, like, around, like, January and stuff like that. People kind of, like, lollygag. So,
Right.
yeah, so it was incentive, for people to make money and stuff like that. So that's when you really saw, like, teams balling out. Like, Indiana balled out. Lakers had balled out, But as far as the real playoffs, the Lakers should have balled out.
Yeah.
Because Denver gave us a gentleman's sweep. And then Minnesota just dunked all over Denver, man.
Oh yeah. No, my thing is I felt like the Lakers peaked is what it was. They won that in season tournament and was like, yeah, it's good enough for us.
Yeah, but that in-season tournament's only $500,000 for your players.
So my thing
It's like you got to give it more incentive. 500,000 to think about 500,000 to the starting 8 players on the Celtics.
I was just gonna say that.
That ain't nothing. So
Right.
it's like, where is really your incentive?
Well, I think like the lower, like mid-level exception guys probably are getting that money. Like when the Lakers won, like LeBron doesn't need any of that. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
he's probably giving it to like Austin Reeves.
Yeah, those players,
right?
they need it.
Right, exactly.
But the NBA should put something behind it.
That's true.
Change the draft pick system. Like everybody knows. All right, so if you're going to tank it, you're a lottery pick out of 8 teams to get the number 1 pick.
So my
That's
thing
true.
is
That's true. They should put more money. Sorry about that. They should give them more money.
Either money or find a different incentive.
Yeah.
Find something different to make it so that your stars want to produce to help the little guys.
True. That's
Well,
true.
They
that's
really
my
don't.
point.
They really don't care.
I don't think starters should be able to play in the in season tournament.
But the game, so that's the devil's advocate to it. But those games count for regular season wins
Right.
for home court advantage for the playoffs.
Right.
So if you sit your starters during those games, I mean, then okay. So what's the point of having home court advantage for the playoffs?
So that's what I'm saying. Take that aspect out. Like I agree. Take that aspect out, and I don't think starters should be able to play in the in season tournament. I think that's a great, like it'll add to the NBA's bench. Like it'll add some type of relevancy to the bench itself. Like
So-
you can't just do what the Celtics just did and just go to the finals with 8 players.
I
Right.
mean, it's not their fault.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it was just like, but there'd be an incentive to have a bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the only counter to that is that the league actually made a rule where like you had to like you can't sit down like 2 back-to-backs anymore.
Yeah, they did
You can't
change
do
that.
Yeah, so like which gave players more incentive to play. Like Anthony Davis, he plays 76 out of 82 games, and this is like the first season that he's actually played that many games.
Mm-hmm.
So like having them sit down in the in-season tournament kind of like negates them. Because the fans want to see the stars.
Right.
You know,
I'm not going to go see
you're
it.
paying $800 a
Yeah.
ticket.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
If you pay, you pay $1,000. You want to see LeBron, or Celtics fans, you want to see Jaylen Brown, you want to see Tatum.
Yeah.
You don't want to see them in a suit. You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
like, hey man, I just spent like
$800.
$800, $1,000. You know what I mean?
And I got to see Lamar Woodson. Whoever the hell that is.
So unfortunately for me, the way that the NBA is going and the way that these kids are, I myself kind of feel like they need to start capping these players age-wise. Like, I get it. Like, so, like, granted, like, we'll just take, I mean, I don't even like to use LeBron because everybody hates on LeBron, but the dude's been in the league for 20 years.
Right.
Like, at this point in your career, man, you kind of done it all, seen it all, and there's not really much for you to do other than to play with your son. But, like, if you can cap these players at, like, 8 to 10 years and then they're out, it gives you incentive to not, it's like, it's sad that, like, the G League has just as many teams, if not more, than the NBA.
Right.
And then they have two-way contracts, and this player gets called up, and this player gets cut. So it's like, if you find a way to wean out those players that are just getting veteran minimum contracts, and then you start weaning out these guys earlier, it'll help produce the game and keep the game fast instead of slowing it down with age.
I see what you mean. Like, the strongest, fastest, better players. I'm only going to disagree with you because I know how many black people get out of the hood playing basketball, so I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
I mean, but you got, like I said,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
You know?
I'm just saying it's a lot of veterans minimum going to black people getting their folks out the hood.
Yeah,
so
but they can still do that by investment, dude. You can't tell me that they can't take their rookie contract and buy apartment buildings. Actually, half of them did it. Kevin Durant invested in Bitcoin. What did he get, $1 billion?
Yeah.
Or just under $1 billion?
Yeah.
That was just him listening to his agent. Now,
That's
you
dope.
can't fault people that don't want to listen to their agents.
What, 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds? You can't blame them for being 18, 19, and 20-year-olds?
So my
Not with that much money.
That's
with that much
always
money.
that's like one of the biggest problems in the league right now. Is there are 18, 19, and 20-year-old millionaires who don't know how to spend it.
right. That's true.
But they're provided with investors, and they're provided with it. They choose not to take it.
right.
Prime example,
Aaron
football.
Hernandez.
No.
Aaron Hernandez. We're going to talk about a hood player. We're going to go right to it. Aaron Hernandez.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Classical
How much
Bears.
money did he actually lose by just saying, my mom's going to be my agent? Like, no disrespect to his mom, and he's a phenomenal player, but, like, what does your mom have to do with business finance? How can she make you grow?
Lonzo Ball.
Well, he
Yeah, no. Lonzo, if you look at what Lonzo did the right thing. Lonzo broke away from the big baller brand.
But that's what I mean.
He covered up the tat, and he got away from it.
Big
Why?
baller brand,
Why? Why did he get away from it? It was bad for business.
The big baller brand, the biggest NBA Ponzi scheme I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean,
What do you mean? They
Okay,
literally
no.
never shipped anything
So-
people bought.
no. You can't look at. I'm not talking about scolding. I'm talking about what LeVar did. Is LeVar gave, I would say, a fair amount of people option to get into the NBA that weren't college eligible with grades and stuff. That JBL league would have, if that wasn't under LeVar and that was under,
Larry Bird.
Larry
what
Bird,
you
Gilbert
mean.
Arenas, or
Gilbert
somebody else,
Arenas,
that
yeah.
league would have taken off. It would have pulled these players. So I don't disagree with college, but what I disagree with is you have these NBA players and you have these soccer players and these football players that do the one and done.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be an academic scholarship for you to go where you get everything paid for.
Right.
So if you're doing a one and done, you just took a 4-year to a kid that may need that financial stability. So if you give NBA players the JBA or the option to go play overseas and then come back and get drafted, like LeVar broke the scale for, then there's an academic scholarship or 3 for every Ivy League school to give that towards academics. That's why, and Jay-Z helped push with the college players being able to get paid now.
Right.
They get paid small amount of money, which is good. They can buy sneakers and stuff, but they're still there on a full academic scholarship.
Right.
And we all know damn well those kids don't go to class. Or if they do, they're like, they're going to class, but like it's not make or break if they pass or fail. It's
No.
not.
This is true.
No.
Yeah, no.
No. Like
They have to have an academic. They still have to have.
But it ain't hard, dude. They take home ec or like a gym class
I was
or
gonna say,
a
like,
basic
yeah.
study. Like
electives.
Yes,
Electives,
exactly.
yeah.
Electives. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that their sport agent, because they have agents then, isn't telling them, like, going to the school, be like, I guarantee you, Duke's got, like, a program where these kids get, like, a basic business where they teach them how to balance, like, a checking account and checkbook.
Right.
That's all they need.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did want to go back to your talking point when you mentioned, like, players 8 to 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what about, like, the Steph Currys, the Kevin Durant's? I don't want to, keep mentioning LeBron, but LeBron, right? So you still have people that still pay big money to see,
And they're still
KD.
kind of playing at their highest level, right?
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
So like I said, like, unfortunately, I would say, like, not really unfortunately, but what if you're Curry now, right? Curry last season got hurt pretty good. He
Right.
missed a fair amount. And if Clay leaves this year, he's probably not going to have – he's going to have an average season for Curry. Would you not want to kind of go out on your high horse and say that I did my 10 years and I was the best of my abilities for the 10 years I was in the league? Or do you want to beat that dead horse? And now I'm not saying – like, LeBron is not that caliber player. He is still a top player. But everybody's like, well, now he's getting old. The topic of LeBron isn't he had 42 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocks. He averaged triple-doubles because he's 20-year-old phenom. It's like, wow, LeBron had 1 good game or 2 good games this season. So, like, that's where you get the love-hate between people. So, like, I feel like there'd be a lot of players that would only be known for the greatness that they put on the court if they had a shorter window that they were allowed to play in. Like we talked about Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like Derrick Rose. If Derrick Rose only played in the league 10 years,
right.
like we wouldn't be like, damn, that was the man that went to Memphis and like he's coming off the bench.
Derrick Rose only played the league for 10 years. He'd only played for like 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, no, you're 100% right. I mean, there's obviously team physicals, maybe up out a little bit. But, like, these kids now, they're 18, 19 years old, and their parents have $2, $3, $4 million. They've played AAU.
Right.
They've got thousands of games under their belt at professional level versus the old school players that didn't. So, like, I feel like at some point we all know, like, our bodies start to break down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, like...
So what do you do with those players?
Well, I mean, they have
What do they
things. They have things. Like, yo, think about how dope the big 3 would be. Like,
Yeah,
with
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Like, if you did, like, a 3-on-3 league or something, that would still sell large amounts, dude.
Yeah.
I would rather go see, like,
So I
LeBron.
do 10 years in the league, in the NBA, and then after that, I'm like, all right, I got to go hoop with Ice Cube.
I'm just saying, how fun would it
No,
be?
I'm asking.
No, I'm just
So
saying, like,
like,
think about, like, okay, like, Carmelo Anthony, right? He's a great scorer. But he's lousy on defense, but a great half court. But him and LeBron, I mean, LeBron is obviously still better. But, like, those two could still play together. Michael Beasley, another one. Michael Beasley was a great player. Joakim Noah was a great player.
Yeah.
So, like, those dudes, their bodies let them down, especially with centers, big guys. Their bodies don't make it.
Yeah.
So you imagine seeing, like Ice Cube, he, like, makes it so, like, if you were a superstar in the NBA, like, this year, he let Mario Chalmers play. Like, dude, he was a stud in Miami 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when Pearson then played.
Right.
So, like, think if you would have been able to let him play, like, a little bit sooner with guys of that. So, the NBA is supposed to be like anything. Like, it's supposed to be the best guys for the job. So, like, we got guys on the benches that, like, what happens is when you got a guy that plays 20 years, you took 5 years off of his career. So, it's like I always feel like the game is so fast now, like, retarded fast, that it's got to be a revolving door. You know what I mean?
Think about, like, if you, like, applied that to all sports, though. Like, you take a lot of championships.
Okay. No, football does that.
Yeah.
Other than the quarterback, football does that.
Oh, I was going to say, because I was like, Tom Brady would be toast.
That would talk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, other than
There's
quarterback.
a lot of championships pulling Tom Brady after 10 years.
Yeah, like outside of like Tom Brady, now you got Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is 39, about to be 40.
And they've already the Jets
like,
have already said that they're like, we don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, I mean, yeah, 40 years old. Do I really want to go back out there?
Like, he tore his shit.
Yeah, he just tore his Achilles. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm like, at 40,
like,
do you really go back out there? Like,
yeah, I mean,
good.
well, the thing is like how the game is now for quarterbacks. You could come back from an Achilles injury and like. At least if Aaron Rodgers is 80% of what he was in his prime,
he's still disgusting.
The Jets are gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like the Jets have a good defense. They got a good running game. With the running back Breece Hall, like most running backs. I actually read this. So most running backs actually average 3 years in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
so
prime.
like the
That's right.
studs, yeah. So like the studs will last like 10 years. Like when they get like around like like 30 years old or whatever, that's when they start to like kind of phase out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welker. Zeke.
Oh yeah, Zeke. Yeah.
Zeke's a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Had I would say he had 4. His rookie season was dope.
Yeah.
He had like 4 good years, and then after that, he kind of like he just couldn't cut the hole the same.
No.
But he's a
See, then you got your Adrian Petersons who just don't give it up.
Well, see, AP was also like a bruiser and shifty. Like like Zeke, like when you got like the guys that are like just like bruisers, like after like the year 4, year 5, like they really start to phase
Reggie
out.
Bush.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a good one right there, Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush was
That was a Kardashian. That had nothing to do with football.
he was allegedly going to be one of the greatest running backs to ever possibly play the game.
Yo, shout out to Kanye West, bro, because he lasted the longest with a Kardashian we've ever seen.
Right.
No one's ever lasted that long.
Right.
Give it up to what? Tristan, right?
Tristan
Tristan Thompson,
yeah.
he's still kicking. He'll break that Kardashian curse.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Even Devin Booker couldn't get it done.
Thumbs down the Tiger.
Yeah, what's the NBA player that was I think he was with Kim, the NBA player.
Yeah, he got married to her.
Blake
The white
Griffin?
dude, the tall white dude.
Yeah.
He played for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
what was
I was
his
going to
name?
say, wasn't it Blake?
Yeah,
No.
he's like I think he's biracial though. I think he was biracial.
He is biracial.
But
he's
yeah,
a tall
I could've
dude.
sworn-
No,
Yeah,
dude, he's
it
real
was
tall.
Blake.
He was a center.
Man, I'm
He
looking that
played
shit
in
up.
Boston. He came
Yeah.
to Boston for
Yeah.
1 year, and then they cut him.
Yeah, he got with Kim and his career was over, man.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Blake Griffin. I don't know why.
Nah.
I thought it began with a K.
Yes. I forgot his name.
He's Chris. Was it Christian Humphrey? Humphrey.
Yes.
Humphrey.
Yes.
It was Humphrey.
Bam. Yes, Blake Griffin dated Kendall
He
Jenner.
did. He did, but that was not factual.
I
he
guess
did.
that don't count.
Nah.
I was like,
Nah,
yo,
not really.
I
Nah,
know
not
Blake
really.
Griffin was in there somewhere.
Listen,
Nah, the genders.
The genders don't count.
Nah, well, yeah.
They can't even figure out they genders yet. They're still
yeah.
working on that.
Oh boy. Yeah, the genders are good though. The genders are good. You know, it's the where you get with the Kardashian, like, you know, your career starts to get over.
that's that royal family.
Could you
Right.
imagine, could you imagine dating a Kardashian? Like everything you do. Like imagine wanting to take a shit and then the cameraman's like,
Yeah, right. It's just man. That's just way.
You know
too
what's
much.
crazy though? Is not one time have you ever heard him thank OJ.
no.
No,
Not one time.
no.
You really got to thank that man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Kind of weird, but
No, that's
like,
true. No, that's
No,
true.
think
because,
about it. If their father wouldn't have been a lawyer for them, they wouldn't be millionaires.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
And
Yep.
and we wouldn't have Chloe.
No.
No.
Like
Damn.
Nope.
Their whole family just been crazy.
that's like that. That's that like. The Kardashians are like one of those borderline, like what people like to call the Illuminati family now.
And
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
Still going. That's
That's
the
what I'm
crazy
saying.
part.
Yep.
Still going.
Yeah. That what? How many seasons that show has? Like
I've-
15 seasons.
How old are the Kardashians at this point? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if the kids gonna have a show at this point.
so
right
wait,
now.
They do.
Yeah. So Kim's what? She's like what? 42 now.
Yeah.
So and then her and Ray J came out with that tape when she was like 17, 18.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah,
Stale ass sex tape.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's like she's been on TV like for like 20 years, something like that.
And then she started dabbling into the politics
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yo, imagine putting a sex tape out on a shorty trying to ruin her career and then she blows up.
Right.
I mean, didn't that happen with that teen mom girl Farrah?
Yeah, Farrah.
It,
Yeah.
it did that for Farrah, and then it didn't. It was
It wasn't even a good sex tape. Did you see it?
no,
That shit was stale.
no. And then there was another one too. The one with the one of the playmates that was with Hugh.
Oh,
Ah,
she dated the tight end dude.
yeah, that girl.
Yeah,
her career blew
Kendra,
up.
Kendra.
Kendra.
Yeah.
Her career blew up from
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I feel like that's gonna happen though.
Oh.
Like I really do.
Yes.
I feel like what was it? Paris Hilton's.
Yeah, Paris Hilton. Yep.
Like, dude, like
Britney Spears.
I don't know, dude. I thought everybody
That's
just thought that bitch was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I thought she was
Thought.
just loco.
What do you
That
mean
was like a
thought?
thought.
You be thinking.
True.
She's out there, man.
Did you forget
She's out
we visited the same barber? Just
Oh man.
That's wild.
oh man, the dating life is crazy right now, man. I don't know.
Whoa, yes it is, man.
Like if you compare the dating life back then it was real simple, right? You just walked up to a girl you like, whipped out your cootie catcher,
Pick a number.
pick the flap up, read it.
Yeah.
Pick the red or blue. Flip
Right.
that bad boy. That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one of the problems is like when it comes to like the modern dating market is like with social media, everyone has access, right? So like, like a mediocre girl, she may be like a 5 or a 6 that lives in Iowa. Like you could have like the like the Tigers, the Drakes, and all of them send a DM, right? So there's this one girl like who I used to hook up with, you know what I mean, just like every once in a while, and so we would like each other's pictures, like when we would like get back in contact with each other. So it was off and on, nothing serious or whatever. So there's a picture that she had posted. The rapper Rick Ross actually liked it. I was like, but I mean she's attractive. She's attractive though. But what I'm saying though, in all is that there is easy access to where like again like someone in Timbuktu whatever you know what I mean could talk to someone famous, whether it be like actor, musician, you know what I mean, like and these guys are on social media too,
of course.
So they like, hey, I see a cute girl, I send a DM.
I got a concert coming up in that city. Like,
right? Yeah, it's like it's like
it's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'll be in your city. I'll come fly you out.
Yes, whatever, light work.
Right. Exactly.
That's just to me though. Like that's just wild.
Yeah.
Like IG models and everything like that. Like to me, it's like a class thing. Like what happened to women with class?
Yeah.
They evolved.
I think they devolved.
I think they evolved. So like I wouldn't call it. I would call it an evolution. I think what happened was women realized realized that they could be men. Like we live in a society where there is no men and women. It's what you possess to yourself to be, right?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like of course we can all talk the semantics and differentiate them, but as far as class goes, a woman can be more of a man than an actual man in the society we live in right now.
Never.
No.
Never.
You say that,
Never.
but like you have to understand, there are cases now where I can meet a woman, and I can know a man that is a woman compared to her. You know what I mean? As far as
You're just talking financially.
No, I'm just talking about all around.
No,
all around.
so- never.
All around.
So
Never.
All around.
So like what I would say, and I think I understand what you're saying. Like where women have become more masculine and men have kind of become
Feminine.
more feminine. You
Yeah.
know, and part of the reasons is especially in single parent households, right? Because like a man can only teach a man how to be a man, and so when you have
Correct.
like these single women, and then you have like these guys like that are like just like all in their emotions. I don't know if you guys remember, there was like something in Chicago where a young man actually he was like 14, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and so the mother, like they were inside like one of those like places that you get food, like a chicken place or whatever. It was like 11:30 at night. And so the mother got into an argument with the guy, and then the guy like literally like punched the mother in the face. Yeah, and then her 14-year-old son ended up deleting the guy. So I say that to say that like that guy probably was raised in a single parent household because he was not in tune with his emotions, right?
Right.
So it's just crazy how like men nowadays are not in tune with their emotions, and that's why I can understand what you're saying, right? Because they're acting feminine, and then you don't have structure like a male presence for the woman, so the woman takes on more of a masculine role.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like like everything is like hypersexual now. The
Correct.
BBLs,
Yeah.
the IG models, chicks getting flued out, So it's just it's crazy where like the scales are just so off balance nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, no, agreed. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I understand. I just feel like at the end of the day, though, there's no female that can physically be a male.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to put shit on your back and just run with it if you have to. If the building's on fire, you're gonna find a way to get it done.
Firefighters,
Yeah,
dog.
I'm not saying there isn't, but what I'm saying is like, I see exactly what you guys are saying, and like, yeah, you're right. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like that, you gotta teach. If you're a mother raising a boy, like there's only so much.
Right.
Like you can only go so deep.
Right.
That like for him to catch on to be a man, that like without like especially you being very strong, firm, your voice when you let it out,
right.
Everybody in the room knows Tori's not fucking around now.
Right.
Like if my mom did that to me, I'm like, all right, I know she's pissed, but like whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you miss that.
It's definitely true.
There's just that thing in a male's spine,
right?
That like you can tell when somebody is not fucking around.
All right, so that's
no, that's true.
Let me explain. That is Bedford, New Hampshire. You talking about? Let me tell you about women where I'm from, bro. Let me tell you about them strong, independent women where they originated, right there in my city in Chicago. Goddamn. Let me tell you about these women. You have to understand that women have been put in a position where they have no choice but to become men again. Right, so the first time women were put in this position was during the World War One, right? The draft.
Yeah.
Was the draft World War One or draft? It was World War Two.
I think it was World War Two.
World War Two was the draft, right?
Yeah.
So all the men are gone. It's wartime, right? So this is the first time women had no choice but to become men.
Right.
They picked up the jobs that men had to do. They picked up, and that's what sparked it, right? That's where the spark comes from now.
Right.
So now we fast forward now, you know what I mean, almost 100 years, and now you have to ask yourself, like, well, way more than 100 years for anybody that's trying to like fact check me, goddamn. But like, you know what I meant. You fast forward now, where women actually have the capabilities to emulate men, and women have been emulating men for over 50 years now, to a scale that is like absolutely unfathomable, to a point to where now you have women who are more men, can emulate men better than men. And that's what we have an influx of. That's what we have an increase of right now. And then instead of men combating that, because now what America doesn't have is a warrior class. There is no warrior class in the United States of America.
No, you're right.
Like if you think about
talked about
class
that.
goes,
Generation-wise, there's no more strong individuals.
There are no warriors. There are no. This group of people here are the hunters. That's obsolete in the United States of America.
You're right.
Those class of men don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? They may exist in like small social groups, but like then you look at your military, but we don't see our military every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We'll see like 4 or 5 people dressed in uniform. We'll be like fucking weirdos. Like, you know what I mean? Like we don't see that every day. We don't see that might. We don't see that power that men are able to produce. Now take that and put that into our city streets. So now women aren't seeing men, be masculine. Women aren't seeing men being dominant. That's why we have all these strong ass women.
Well,
because as a woman, like when you say that, right? Men are dominant, right? As a woman, what example can we give a man that a man is dominant in day-to-day life? In her day-to-day life. Like how often is she in a situation to see a dominant man?
Well, what I would say to that, right, is the fact that how the government is in the West has also played a part in that as well. As like where, yes, World War II, the men went to war, so the women did have to step up, right? But then like in the 60s and 70s where you had welfare, and so the check became the husband, because like they would say, okay, like you could be on welfare, but you can't have your man living here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I know that we've all know somebody, or I've heard of somebody, right, where there's a single woman and like the man can't physically live there.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, I do.
I can tell you a bunch right now.
I can tell you a bunch too. You know what's sad is I know a family. I'm talking a family.
Yeah.
Mother, father, brothers, kids, sisters. They were all married. They had just your textbook Christian fucking family, right? They all got divorced legally. They all did the assisted living, assisted heat, the free phones, the food stamps.
Right.
baby daddy, my husband's not supposed to be here. But
Right.
guess at 11 o'clock, guess who rolls in from
Oh,
work
yeah.
every
Oh, yeah.
night?
No,
I'm like, what the fuck?
absolutely.
They got the system figured out.
Oh yeah, no, they absolutely do, and you know, I know one person personally, you know, who does that, and you know, where like he will come at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then he would leave at like 7, 8 o'clock, 7, 8
Right
o'clock
before
in the
they
morning.
come to do the check.
Yeah, because now what they start doing like random check-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
he's like, okay, like you know, I'm leaving around like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, because like those people that do the check-ins, they don't really start till like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
They know.
Yeah, so they could
They
come
know.
anywhere from 9 o'clock until like 6 p.m. or something like that. So it's just crazy. But
That's
like
wild.
just to kind of go back to my original point, like the government has definitely played a part, especially in the West, right? Because I travel a lot, right? So like when I go to these places, you know, outside of the West, and I'm talking about like United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, right? So like when I go to like Latin America, like when I go to I have a place in Medellin, Colombia. So when I go to Colombia, like you see like the masculine men, you know, you see the men be like, you know, dominant and in control, and you know, in control of their emotions and things like that. So like that's seen like on a daily basis, you know what I mean? Even in Kenya, Africa, you know, certain places of South Africa. Well, South Africa is starting to become a little modern, but I digress. But like Ghana, Kenya, you know, Tanzania, Ethiopia, you know, like these places, you know, respect like the woman respect the man and expect the man to be the leader, the protector, the provider. You know, in the West. So why I was mentioning like the government with the welfare is because in order for them to get that check, the man can't be in the house. So you're not relying on the man. You know what I mean? So then that's where it's like, oh, I could get a check, and you know, I could basically do whatever the F I want, and then that's when it comes to the masculine energy.
Yep.
You know, and then when, you know,
Because they replaced it.
Yeah, exactly.
right, exactly, and then you know, and then when they're raising, you know, these young men, you know, these young men become feminine, and then when they're raising the daughters, it's like they give the daughters the masculine energy and give the boys the feminine energy.
Right.
You know, so that's why like when you know, you'll see like a lot of men like not really like in tune like with their emotions. You know what I mean? Like even some famous people. You know what I mean? Like you know, you see them like, you know, just, you know, like out of tune, especially like these young drill rappers. Yeah, like you could. I'm like, man, I could tell you raised by a single mom.
Yo, seriously.
Do you think any of this has to do with lack of religion now? Because have you noticed that religion is starting to slowly take a back seat?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
People used to always kind of be like faith in God. You know what I mean? And now you kind of see it fading.
Yeah, I think so. I think government. I think religion. Like there's not there's not structure anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
So like you know, like regardless of your faith, I would say more or less like for Christians, because I was raised Christian, but I have a lot of Muslim friends. Like Muslims for the most part still hold that structure, but a lot of Christians are like laid back. Like one of the reasons, and I don't want to offend anybody, but one of the reasons why I personally stopped going to church is because like they would be trying to like hook up single moms with men, and I was like, nah, like this,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
too
mean?
much.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not you know trying to dunk on single women, but it's like, you know, why
Are we coming to church for this?
Yeah, exactly.
Creating a community.
Right. So for me, I started noticing a bunch with like I felt like what happened as far as like for Christians was more of the Christian community started asking for more money type stuff. They like 3 or 4 times through their lectures and stuff, they would be trying to bring it back to like what the church needs for money or what you need to do with your money versus actually trying to teach the lesson.
Correct.
Right.
So I think what happened was when the older generation started catching on to that, and now you're coming to the newer generation. The newer generation, like that's all we know or we think of or we hear as dollar signs for us.
Right.
So the minute that they start asking, like, it'd be like, how many times you want to go someplace someone to ask you for money where you're just like, you know what, I'm good.
Well,
Yeah.
It'll tie back
absolutely.
into like what he said with the single mother homes or single father homes. It's like, yo, like, do you take that Sunday and then you go to church, or are you already pooped, tired, already destroyed, unmotivated? Because like you got a 2-parent household, then you have, like you said, structure.
Right.
You know what I mean? And all it takes is one of them to have faith to be like, no, this is what we're doing. This is how this is going to happen.
Right.
You're going to get dressed. We're leaving at 9.
No, you're right.
You don't have that in a single parent household anymore. You know what I mean? Not in abundance.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
But social, but back to this point, social media has made it easy for you to do that.
social media made it extremely easy. I don't think social media made it easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think social media is a tool, and then how we use that tool determines our output, like our results.
Nah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like if I take a hammer, like that's just a tool. But what I do with the hammer determines whatever. It's just like a gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Having
but-
a gun
but think
is
about it,
awesome. It's
dude.
how I use the gun.
So your
it
family,
determines one of it.
so your family's struggling.
So like,
So you're the man. You pick up a Saturday and Sunday shift.
all right.
So now she's home all fucking weekend by herself, all day by herself, taking care of the kids. And the kids go down for a nap. She jumps on Facebook. Somebody from high school hits her. Hey, I haven't seen you in years. How you doing? Look good. Oh, you know, just the whole thing.
Stop right there.
And then
So
boom.
stop right there. So I tell women all the time, every time a situation right there, I get this question all the time, right? The immediate problem right there is not one, you responded. That's it. You lost already. You already lost. As a woman, the moment another man messages you and you message back, you lost. I don't give a fuck what happened. You're already wrong. Fuck you. That's it.
I agree.
The
I
moment
agree.
you respond.
I agree with
That's
you,
it.
but
I don't care if you responded to say I have a man is already a wrong response. No response is always the best response.
But
Right.
you already said it though. These women are they feel more masculine.
But there you go.
So
So,
they're-
that's
so-
but they're still using social media as a tool. That's
Right.
it.
So what I think he's saying is that like when these women are left to their own devices, you know, with social media, you know, all you have to do is just get on an app, you know, Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
X, Snapchat.
We didn't
you
have
know.
that. We didn't
Yeah,
have
so-
that 10 years ago.
Right.
You wanna know why? 'Cause they
when
were busy.
Right, but
Fuck, you got
But
free
that's
time
my
for 'em.
point.
Right, but remember when I think you said this maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago when you know when you would like you know you would see a attractive woman, you would pull up on her. Maybe you had a piece of paper, you know, or when the T-Mobile had came up with the sidekick. The sidekick was fire, by the way. But yes, yeah,
bad
right,
boy.
right. So, but yeah, you know, you would actually have to approach her and actually engage in conversation and then get her number. Now you see on Facebook, you like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, she bad. Like, and you just, you know, send a DM.
It's like
You
a
know what I
hockey player. He just got 100 pucks in front of him. He just like,
mean? Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna score one of these goals. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying like
Right.
that.
And the crazy thing is, sorry, let me just say this last point. And you know, and the craziest thing, like you mentioned, like, you know, like a guy that she went to high school or college with or whatever, you know, reaches out, you know, and so she's like, you know, man, you know, oh, John is looking good, you know, John is looking good, right? So, you know, and so, or it could be that she's on Facebook and maybe her, you know, her favorite athlete, her favorite entertainer, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Chris Brown
Chris
is
Brown said it.
and Chris Brown is like, I think he's charging
I
$2,000.
just saw that.
1400.
Yeah, 1400 for a picture with Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Hey, men are doing it too.
what?
Yeah, there are men paying that too.
Like to be
know.
hugged up with
To do
Chris.
the photo shoots with
Pause,
Chris Brown. There are
pause.
men too. Yeah.
Pause.
No Diddy.
No, right, right.
First off, before we get on women, there's the men of that too.
Oh man, that is crazy.
But hey, but imagine if that was
I,
your wife though.
I had no idea that men were doing
Men were
that.
doing it too.
Imagine if that was your girl though. She just
That
wanted
was
to
my
take a
girl
picture of
taking a
Chris
picture
Brown,
of Chris
and he
Brown.
shot a shot at her.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know damn well she ain't going home.
Right.
you know damn well she ain't going home.
I believe his lyrics went, "When a rich nigga wants you."
Oh, right. Right. Absolutely.
No, that's right. I mean,
Absolutely.
that goes to what you brought up too. Like before we run out of time, let's get into that. I like how men are going overseas now
Yeah.
to reach out to women and find women with a different set of values. You know, and
Yeah. Well, so, you know, and men are doing that too, but like, you know, different set of values because like as I mentioned, Colombia being one of the places where like the men are still looked at as head of household, right? Like the woman won't come approach you, but like you can tell like a woman like is checking for you because like she'll consistently look at you, but she won't come and approach you and say hi unless she's like a lady of the evening, you know what I mean? But like if she's like but if she's like a regular woman, like she's just gonna stare you down and like letting you know like, hey, I want you, and you have to come to her and engage her in conversation. So like with the guys traveling, right? The popular term is passport bros, right? So what I would say is that most men now, not only just for the woman, but it's also for the economy, right? So there was a video that I had on my channel, and it came out last year, and it was saying that people who are making 100,000 or more are still living paycheck to paycheck in the United States, right? So everything is going up. Gas is going up. Remember eggs? Remember a few months ago, butter? Like sticks of butter was like $7. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like, and then property taxes. So when I first moved here, my house was worth like 200 some thousand. Now it's like worth like 435. And the HOA, like the taxes just went up, So it's like, okay, I'm getting nickel and dime and taxed, and you have people that are making 100,000 and still trying to figure out like living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, forget that. Where I could go live overseas, make pretty decent salary, 40, 50, maybe 60K. And I can live in a top premium area and still have money left over and not have to look, man, from paycheck to paycheck. Like, am I going to be able to pay this bill? Am I going to be able to pay that? You know what I mean? Because, like, at some point we've all been there, right? You got to pay Peter to pay Paul. Correct. You know what I mean? And it's like, who wants to live? Who wants to live like that? Like for me, I have this model when I do consultations. I say, I live life to live, not to just stay alive.
Not just to exist. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Because it's like, man, as soon as you get your paycheck, oh man, I gotta pay this, and if you got kids, men paying child support, or you got your car, you got rent, you got your mortgage, you got your electric bill, you got your water bill.
Don't forget car insurance.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Car insurance.
And the most important one, everybody's cell phone.
Cell
right.
phone
Yeah.
bill.
Cell phone bill.
Your boy want to pop a bottle this weekend. God damn, I got to chip in on that.
Man, man, listen. Man, dudes is going to the liquor store, getting the bottle, taking some shots, then they go to the club.
Oh man, no. I just feel like society. Set like the mid to low class up to be single was the wave as far as like with the media and music and like TV like everything that we indulge in as far as social media, and then turned around was like, gotcha, bitch.
You're right.
You need to have two people living in your house to survive.
Right. Absolutely. No, but absolutely, it's true. And did you know that the average woman, unmarried woman, spends 63 cents a minute in the United States?
God damn.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's not enough.
Right. Well,
if you do the math.
It adds up, right? But kind of going back into your point, right? So like people will hit you with the okie doke, having people single because that's how you spend more money, right? So the thing is that like with single women, like there's not a man in the household. So usually a man is going to be, most men, you know what I mean? Most men like who have structure, right? Like, they're going to be like, hey babes, like, like we don't need to get this fancy stuff. We're going to be a little bit more frugal. But if this woman is single and maybe she runs into a little bit of money, she might be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I do want a Birkin bag. Or maybe I want some, red bottoms. where like if the man was in the house, and this I'm talking about like a quality man, right? And a man has structure. He may say, you know what, like let's hold off on that Birkin bag, and maybe get a Coach bag instead. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why like all of these promotions, whether it be Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, like all of the holidays that are like predicated towards women, and they push that agenda, because the thing is that they know that single women are likely to spend more money than a married woman that has, a husband who's going to provide structure in that home.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, it's crazy. And my thing is like it's been long enough. Like I said this on one of our other episodes. I mean, it's been long enough for women to like look up and see that what's going on, and then like make the shift. Because I've always said that women control the dating game.
Right. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because men chase.
Yeah, we
chase.
So women control the dating game, men control the marriage game. What I mean by that is that when a woman wants to get into a relationship with you, right? Cool, but like we are the one who propose, for marriage. So like introductory into the dating game and stuff like that, that's the woman. But we are the one that provide access to marriage because we, women can't get married to us unless we actually propose to her.
Correct. No, I always said that like data was a man-made construct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like data was created by men so that we could have a free trial version of women. That's how I always looked at it.
I'm not in disagreement on that. I'm not in disagreement on that.
Just think about it.
I gotta let that marinate, but I'm not in disagreement on that though. It's interesting though.
So once upon a time, like marriages were already like set. Like,
absolutely. They were getting married at like 14 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like 14, 12, 14, you knew what woman you were going to marry.
Right.
And then that went on for so long that like there were some men that were like as far as displeased by marriage. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now you have to think like, okay, so like what do I do so that I don't have to marry this woman, but I still want to be involved with this woman? Boom, data.
Right.
It's the free trial version of marriage.
No, absolutely.
You're right.
It's a free trial.
Absolutely. One of my favorite content creators, may rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I'm sure you've heard of him. And he would say, dating is dumb. And he would say dating is dumb because, like, why, a man will probably know within like 3 to 6 months. I personally say like 9 months, where he'll know if he wants to marry that woman. Reason why I say like 9 months is because typically, like there's like a holiday in there, maybe your birthday or her birthday. That also will, like that time frame, like you'll actually be able to see all the different emotions. Like how does she handle stress? How does, like when she's upset about something, when she's happy. You know what I mean? So you'll kind of be able to see all of that within 9 months for the most part. So this way, as a man, you could say, you know what, I could see myself spending the rest of my life with her. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I think when Kevin said 3 to 6 months, I was like, bro, I think you bugging. Yeah. I was like 9 months.
What time frame wise? Because I like asking you because you're from New Hampshire, so like
I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
So
you're from here, so like it's perfect.
Honestly, I don't really think 9 months is enough anymore, my guy.
You don't think 9 months is enough?
Nope.
Really?
Personally,
the problem is it's like you know how it's so easy to pretend to be somebody.
That's true.
That like to find out the genuine person. 9 months. I mean, dude, we literally just had this conversation. Like, realistically, summer's almost over.
That's true.
And it literally feels like it just started. We got 2 months left, and then we're back into the fall.
No, that's true.
So, with the way, how fast we all have to move now, I don't think 9 months is enough.
I'm about to blow y'all mind then. I think 6 months, 3 months, 9 months. I think
this dude says 3 days.
No, hear me out. I don't think it's the amount of time that determines it. I think there are certain stipulations in how a woman handles certain experiences, right?
Right.
Like the first time she cooks, right? That the first time how she handles argument. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Correct.
You know what I mean? The amount of respect level. Like you can check all those boxes within like the first 2 weeks of meeting a woman, and then be like, "Yo, that's the woman I want to be with. That's it." And like I don't care because you have to understand, men don't give a fuck about what women don't have.
No, you're right. We'll date,
no, we don't care. No,
we will date down. Men will date down. Men will build a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Women won't build a man.
If you check, like every man has it. They may be different depending on what type of man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you check those, like you check all 4 of those boxes, because technically, as we only need 3 things. I said this before. We only need 3 things to survive, right?
Yep.
Clothes on our back, a roof over our head,
and physical touch.
and human touch. That's it. Those are the 3 things we only need to survive.
No, that's
it.
true.
We'll
No,
literally
that's true.
survive off that.
No,
So
absolutely.
like, as a woman, if you check off those, like every man has one. Mine is, can you cook? Like right off the rip.
Yep.
Are you gonna do my laundry? And then, are you gonna shut up? Like those are the
Yeah, no,
when
no,
shit hits
no,
the
no,
fan, are you
yeah.
gonna shut up and let me handle it? Like those are the 3 right there.
Yeah,
You check all 3 of those,
Right,
you win.
absolutely. Like, like if you trust me to lead, if you know, if you're gonna be inspirational, cooperative, you know, and bring me peace, and of course, you know, give.
That's the nice way to say it.
You know,
bring me peace.
and give, you know, and give that good. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah,
and
that's
right.
it. That's that 4 box.
Yeah, because because you know, because you mentioned like dating down, like, you know what I mean, like let's say, and I don't want to like talk about, but like if there's like a chick, you know, a woman rather, so a woman, she works at like Dollar General, but like she's, you know, she's cooperative and all that, we don't care. But a guy working at Dollar General,
Yeah, she's out. She's like, call your
be
Uber.
the manager.
right. You better be the manager or own that franchise,
No, not
because
for nothing. Like with the right amount of riz, right? Because there's gonna be a dude that'll be like, "Well, look, with the right amount of riz, you can pull it off. Because you could be collecting carts, and then you can snatch you one. But like,
That's the rarity, bro. That's winning the lottery.
That's highly unlikely.
9 times out of 10, she's already married. She's been fighting with her man.
Yeah.
Right.
He died recently. 1 of the 3.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. Like I'll literally like. You could be a
I
bum.
never understood that though.
You could be an.
I
absolute
honestly, I
bum.
could never
You
understand
could
that.
have nothing as a woman.
Why women won't why a woman wouldn't take, like, you know who the best, like, honestly, like the best dudes are like the ones that are sitting, like they always say, like the dudes that are behind the bar that ain't saying shit. They're the ones that are gonna treat you the best, do the best for you. But no, they want the bad guy.
Absolutely.
They want the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so does fucking 40 other women.
Yeah, right. Well, what happens nowadays is that like they'll hook up with the bad guy, maybe have a kid with the bad guy, and then try to go back to the good guy after like they had kids.
But now they're tainted.
Yeah,
dude.
and now the good guy's pissed off, and it's like, man, like, yo, you want me to take care of you and 2 kids? Like, what?
No. You're going to.
Oh, yeah.
There's not. No, you're going to.
Right.
So when you try to talk to her, she look like this, right? She come back looking like this.
Hey,
remember when you used to try to talk to me? Like,
hey, you guys remember? You guys remember Vivica Fox?
Yeah.
Vivica was a fox like in the 90s. I remember. What's the Will Smith movie? The one he's fighting the aliens. Independence Day. Yeah. She was looking bad in that, and then also in Players Club.
Yeah.
Right.
Club.
So now she's like, I think she's like 60 years old. You know, like overweight and all that, and now she's talking about she want to settle down.
With who?
Right.
With who?
I'm like, it's over. It is over.
Find that dude in a wheelchair. You good?
Right.
I love that, bro. You ever look at your high school yearbook? I was like, I remember I had a crush on you.
Right.
And now you can crush me.
Yes. Yes. Oh man. So I'll tell you guys a story, right? So I'll tell you guys a story. So I went to well, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I went to high school in New Jersey. So this one girl I went to high school with, she was bad, and like she wasn't messing with none of the high school kids because she developed early. So a lot of like the older dudes would come pick her up and all that. You know what I mean? So she was bad, right? So I had saw her like a year after high school, and she was still looking bad. So I was like, hey, we should hang out, blah blah blah. So she gives me a number, and I call her like the next day. So I'm like, hey, you want to go out, whatever. So she's with her friends. So she like, no, I'm busy or whatever. You know what I mean? Like curve me, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So like 3 years ago, so she shoots me a message. So she's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, nah, she looked. She looked washed. She looked washed. She looked washed. You know.
Damn.
Ran through.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
Right.
Through. Like, oh
Right.
my goodness
Right.
gracious.
Like, yeah, you could just see the bodies on her. Like, nah. I'm like,
She's got war stripes.
right.
Yo.
Right. Right.
And
You
then,
see the
like,
war
it's
stripes.
crazy too, because a lot of girls and like it's crazy, a lot of women, right, in the day and age
Yeah.
right now, a lot of women be like, body count doesn't matter, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, right.
Says who? Who? No.
That's
no. I don't
because
think
they want to be like men.
yo, seriously.
Right. Yes.
I mean, I
No,
don't think
it
you
definitely-
understand
yeah.
like how many men have. It's not like it's gross to think about how many men have been inside you. Like it's wild.
What was
Right.
that? What was that? Oh, that dude that sticks his hand in the cup of water.
Yeah.
Oh,
you ever see
If I
that?
stick my hand in the cup of water,
Yeah. Right.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
But he's like, when he washes it, he goes, but I'll hold the glass.
Yeah.
Watch
Right.
the glass, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drink the water after that.
Right.
Put their fingers in it.
right.
Yeah,
Like, what the
and
fuck?
yeah, and like see like for me like I don't ask a woman like what her body count is, but like
You can tell.
like, I was just getting there. Yeah, you could tell like oh man, like this is like man, you used up, baby, you used up.
So for me, it used to be difficult for me, right? When I like, cause I know, like, I don't care what nobody say. I know I got Riz, right?
Yeah.
I like saying that word. I appreciate the Riz.
Hey, did that come out from the Midwest? Cause
I don't know where it came from. I just keep hearing the young kids say it. I'm like, ooh, Riz. I like Riz. It was us. It was game.
yeah, right, yeah, right,
We was
right,
running
right,
game,
right.
but
You
now
got,
we
you got
running
game,
Riz
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't. The more I say it, the more stupid it sounds. But that's why I like it now.
No,
But like,
Riz-
I know I got game. So there's
yeah.
a lot of women that it's like, yo, I know a lot of dudes don't have access to. That like I've had access to day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard. It was hard for me for a long time trying to
Right.
figure it out. But like
Yeah.
the older I got, the more and more I could look at women. Right. I tell people this all the time. I'll sit there. He'll see. He watches me do it all the time.
Yeah.
And the minute it'll crowd, and I'll be like, slut. Whore.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? That ain't hard anymore.
Scammer.
That shit's not hard anymore, though. 'Cause you can
No,
see it.
it's not.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
how
No,
do-
it's not, yeah.
It's like
no.
we awakened our Shargon eye for hoes. It's wild.
But it's like, yo, you
Yeah.
can buy girls for $40 now. Well, what's a gram of coke?
Yeah.
what's a gram of coke?
$40. Yeah.
$40.
Unless you
Yeah.
know a guy.
It's just wild.
know,
Like that girl,
yeah.
that girl can't talk to nobody. And then at the end of the night, she's like, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's amazing what a 50. I said it's like you said, right? A fifth of Henny and a gram of coke will get you laid in New Hampshire immediately.
Oh yeah.
Seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Immediately.
But
It's
$40,
crazy.
Yeah.
like 40 for real.
Yeah.
$40.
$40.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
all you're worth.
I did go on Facebook the next day and say she tired of broke niggas.
Yo, say that. Oh my God.
She was on Facebook the next day like, I'm so sick of broke niggas. I'm like, the one you just had yesterday? I know that nigga.
Right,
That
right.
nigga work at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, right. Yo, but and it's so funny because you're right. Like they'll get on social media and say, oh, I'm tired of broke dudes or whatever. But it's like, yo, like I just saw you in the club leave with a broke dude, man. Like you know what I mean? Like his Honda Accord on life support, man. You know what I mean?
I just dropped this comment on some chick post the other day, and she was just like, they always leave you for the ugly one, and I'm like, sometimes girls just don't know that they are the ugly one.
Right.
Like I'm
Yeah.
looking, I'm like,
The
bitch, you
other
are
thing is
ugly
though is
one. Like,
the girl that breaks up with her baby daddy or whatever is still sleeping around with him on the side, and then she's like, oh, I hate my baby daddy.
First of
My baby daddy.
all-
And then,
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
Married.
First
You're
of
like,
all,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
as
right.
a baby daddy,
Right,
as a baby
absolutely.
daddy,
Whoa.
as a baby daddy, I'm gonna tell you right now, two things, right? If your baby mama ugly, you will forever have baby daddy perks. That's it. That's it. You can smash your baby mama whenever you want if she ugly. But if you got a fine baby mama, he definitely cracking her shit. Any woman I've ever met that she be like, I don't fuck with my baby daddy no more. I'm like, why'd you bring him up then?
Right.
Yep, nope, I don't believe it.
It's wild.
I don't
Right.
It really is wild.
Right.
They
No,
just showed
yeah.
that. They just had one. The shorty, it's just recent. The shorty waited in the car for an hour
Yeah.
while she went up to the hotel room. He went up to the hotel room to drop his daughter off. He dropped his daughter off, cracked his baby mama, made a new kid, and then went back down to the car an hour later. And she sat in the car
Yeah.
for an hour
Wow.
while he was up cracking his baby mama.
So hence the reason why men are gonna start dating overseas.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Everything we just talked about is the reason why.
Absolutely. I
Because
mean,
why she cracking her baby daddy over in Colombia, at least I'm in the United States not knowing about it.
Oh man, you know, hey man.
Yeah, what up, Santi? What's going on, dog? No, but like, I don't know. You can't trust women. The most untrustworthy creature in all the existence has always been a woman. I say that every time.
No, I mean, absolutely.
Untrustworthy.
And like, cause they, you know, they have the manipulation, right? And like they'll talk about like the ex, and you know, they'll say like, oh, he was toxic and all this other stuff, and I'm like, And then, you know, when you start to, like, kind of ask, like, leading questions, like, okay, like, what about him was toxic, you know? Mm-hmm. And then I also ask, like, well, what did you contribute to the relationship?
They can't answer it.
No.
That's out the window.
No.
They can't answer that.
No. And when you ask them, it's like that. It's like the, you know, like the cricket sound at night. Yeah. Like,
or they got to dig it up. They're digging it up. You see them grab their phone, go through Facebook.
You know what's the equivalent? The equivalent of throwing holy water on a demon for women? Using the word accountability.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh,
just
man.
Start hissing at you.
Right.
Don't use the word accountability, bro. She will kill you,
my
bro.
gosh. Yeah, they are allergic to that word accountability. You say accountability, it's like, oh, my God. Yeah.
Wait, let me get this straight. So you dated this dude, right? And then he smashed, and then he changed up, and he switched up on you, and then y'all broke up. So then you dated another dude, and he smashed, and he did the same thing. And then you dated another dude, and he smashed, and he switched up on you too. So now all niggas ain't shit. But based off of math,
right?
Yeah, exactly. That might be the problem.
Right.
We're gonna start having like Maury episodes. We'll bring girls in and be like, all right, so wait, hold on.
How many times you gonna date this? Then I love the women that be like, oh, I date all different types of dudes, and I'm like, and you still couldn't get it right? Like, what happened? Like,
because they lying.
Yeah. So
they're just a company.
They're
a company to what they are.
Like when I hear like, oh, like, you know, like,
not the company
I'll date like all different types of dudes, and then like you look at like her past like 3 or 4 relationships, and like they're all like the same type of dudes. I'm like,
because they don't heal.
Right.
Girls don't heal. Girls will jump in a relationship tomorrow.
Yeah.
Guys won't. Guys will like ride it out for a little bit, and then you'll see the change in a man.
Right.
Girls won't do that, and the next person that the girl goes for is somebody that reminds them of their ex.
Fuck that. You know what pissed me off that girls do after they break up in a relationship? Then they want to go to the gym. Bitch, we probably still be together if you. That's what I was silently complaining about.
Right.
No, yo, Santi covered it. He said, yo, you got females with 4 baby daddies, but niggas ain't shit. And it was just like, oh,
right. No, exactly.
4 baby daddies?
Right.
Like, did you group chat say Happy Father's Day? Like, what's going on?
Oh, man.
Not the coalition of baby daddies. You got to bring them all together.
Right.
Imagine this shit. All the kids come at once, and she's like, I've gathered you here today to discuss ties.
Right. Oh, man. You got the Avengers of baby daddy, you know?
Oh my goodness gracious!
No, that'd be a problem though. That'd be a problem for her because you know,
Does the new boyfriend gotta fight all 4 baby daddies?
No, because you know, bro.
Oh man.
No, because you say it all the time. Like, what happens? Like everybody will come together, and then they'll figure out what the common denominator is.
Oh man, no, that's our time, man. Everybody, thank you, everybody who tuned in. This has been another episode of No Chaser. Jaymes, thank you for joining us on.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate you both. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, my man Sammy. You know, behind the scenes, definitely appreciate you guys, man. Also, one thing I just want to say before I leave off, man, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Instagram, Kings and Dreams, and that's KINGZN and then Dreams with a Z. So make sure you check me out. Stay purposely purposeful.
I'd like to give one shout out to Sammy again. 603 Live. This place is amazing. Yep. Hats off to him. And also, Vibes. We went to Vibes this weekend to watch the Celtics game. To wrap it up, food was amazing. Drinks were good. Hospitality was amazing. Definitely thank you, Versace.
Yep. Shout out. I was going to say big shout out to Versace on that one. Vibes Restaurant is definitely fire. Shout out to Versatility Clothing. If you got any youth out there that want to play some basketball, he has a great program now. So just look up Versatility Basketball League. He definitely has a basketball league for your kids. Make sure they do something, something this summer other than playing fucking 2K and Call of Duty. Goddamn day.
Yep.
Make your kids go outside. With that being said, man, we out of here.
Thank y'all.